Meghan Markle's recent public appearances, particularly her tearful interview on the Jamie Kern-Lima show, have sparked a significant backlash, with critics like Cadence Owens accusing her of manipulative PR tactics and a desperate attempt to revive a failing brand. This analysis will examine the criticisms leveled against Markle, exploring the perceived disconnect between her public persona and her actions, and the overall decline in public trust. The introduction immediately establishes the central theme: the criticism surrounding Meghan Markle's recent public appearances and the accusations of manipulative PR tactics. The author uses strong descriptive language, highlighting the intensity of the backlash and the accusations of inauthenticity. The author sets the stage for a detailed examination of the criticisms, the perceived disconnect between Markle's public persona and her actions, and the decline in public trust. The author introduces Cadence Owens's critique of Markle's emotional interview, highlighting Owens's accusations of staged performance and manipulative behavior. This provides a specific example of the widespread criticism directed towards Markle and the perception of her actions as calculated rather than genuine. The author introduces Cadence Owens's critique of Markle. The author details Owens's accusations, emphasizing the perceived connection between Markle's emotional displays and her promotional activities. This analysis suggests a deliberate attempt to use emotional vulnerability as a marketing tool, undermining the authenticity of her message. The author details Owens's accusations. The author analyzes Markle's past ventures, including her Spotify deal and her Netflix series, highlighting their perceived failures and the criticisms they attracted. This analysis provides a broader context for understanding the current backlash and the perception of Markle as a failed brand. The author analyzes Markle's past ventures. The author discusses the criticism surrounding Markle's Time magazine honor, highlighting the public's skepticism and the questioning of her influence. This analysis emphasizes the decline in public trust and the perception of Markle's accomplishments as less substantial than her media presence suggests. The author discusses the criticism surrounding Markle's Time magazine honor. The author analyzes the criticism directed towards Markle's new series, With Love, Meghan, highlighting the negative reviews and the perception of the show as superficial and self-obsessed. This analysis further emphasizes the decline in public trust and the perception of Markle's projects as lacking substance. The author analyzes the criticism directed towards Markle's new series. The author analyzes the overall perception of Markle's brand, highlighting the disconnect between her public persona and her actions. This analysis emphasizes the core issue at the heart of the criticism: the perceived lack of authenticity and the use of manipulative tactics to maintain a public image. The author analyzes the overall perception of Markle's brand. The author discusses the public's reaction to Markle's recent interview, highlighting the lack of sympathy and the widespread perception of her emotional displays as inauthentic. This analysis emphasizes the decline in public trust and the growing skepticism towards Markle's public persona. The author discusses the public's reaction to Markle's recent interview. The author summarizes the criticisms leveled against Markle, emphasizing the recurring theme of inauthenticity and the use of manipulative tactics. This summary reinforces the author's central argument, highlighting the core issues contributing to the decline in public trust. The author summarizes the criticisms leveled against Markle. The author concludes by emphasizing the decline in public trust and the perception of Markle's brand as increasingly irrelevant. This conclusion reinforces the author's central argument, highlighting the potential consequences of Markle's actions and the challenges she faces in rebuilding her public image. The author concludes by emphasizing the decline in public trust. The overall tone is analytical and critical, employing specific examples and observations to support the author's arguments. The author skillfully uses descriptive language and insightful observations to create a compelling narrative, providing a nuanced understanding of the situation and its implications. The detailed discussion of the criticisms leveled against Markle provides a comprehensive analysis of the challenges she faces in maintaining her public image and the potential consequences of her actions. The analysis also highlights the importance of authenticity and the potential pitfalls of relying on manipulative tactics to build and maintain a public persona. The analysis further suggests that Markle's attempts at rebranding have backfired, leading to a decline in public trust and a growing perception of her as inauthentic and self-serving. The criticisms extend beyond simple dislike. They point to a fundamental disconnect between Markle's public pronouncements of empowerment and vulnerability and her actions, which are perceived as self-promotional and lacking genuine substance. The recurring theme of stage performances and calculated emotional displays suggests a deliberate strategy to manipulate public perception, a strategy that has ultimately proved counterproductive.